everybody. So I'm sorry I haven't made a video blog for the past 3 days, but these past 3 days have been crazy. Just absolutely nuts. And we're gonna dive into that right now. The 20th, which was Thursday, I went into Typhoon Lagoon. I was scheduled to work and everything, and I got there and I was still scheduled to work, but there was about 25 of us who got called to go and talk to some coordinators and some of our managers essentially. And so they all sent us to go talk. And when we went to go talk, the conversation went like this. Typhoon Lagoon is currently overstaffed to the point of where we now have about 3 times the amount of guards we need to man the park. So what we are doing is we are deploying you for the next 3 weeks until Blizzard Beach opens and half the guards go to Blizzard. And so we were like, oh, what? And so we are now getting deployed to Magic Kingdom to do Fast Pass Plus. Which, if you don't know what Fast Pass Plus is, there's magic bands that you get now that have your Fast Passes in them. They do everything. They have your Fast Passes, they can open your room, they can have your credit card on them so you can pay for things really simply. You can do just a ton of things with them. They're really cool. So we got told that on Thursday, and I was still scheduled to work from 10 until 5. But when we got told that we were going to be deployed, we also got our schedule for the next few days, and I was scheduled for the next 5 days. And I was just like, no, I don't want to work today and then the next 5 days, because that'll turn me into a crazy person. So I asked if I could ER early release, and they were like, oh yeah, that's fine, because Typhoon is vastly overstaffed. So there were 35 extra guards. So me leaving, I don't think anybody even really noticed, which was fine. So I took that entire day off. I came home. I didn't really do anything. I played a game called XCOM, Enemy Unknown, which is really entertaining and made me happy. I did some shopping. I went and I bought my shoes for work because we have to have black shoes, which I didn't have, black tennis shoes that are comfortable to wear. And yeah, that was my Thursday. Friday, we were sent to Magic Kingdom for Magic Kingdom orientation, which I believe is called Once Upon a Time or something along those lines. And so, it's pretty simple. Those of you who have been to Magic Kingdom once or twice, you could probably teach this course. We pretty much go to each area of Disney or of Magic Kingdom, so Main Street USA, Fantasyland, Tomorrowland, and they're basically oh, this is Tomorrowland. There's bathrooms over there. This is Space Mountain. Isn't that neat? Guests will want to ride that. And it's basically a very elementary overview of the park. And then for cast members, they also throw in fun little things that only really cast members would know, theming things. So one thing I'll share with you guys is all the names on Main Street USA. Every single name you see on a window pane has a meaning or a significance or is an actual person. So that's pretty neat. Yeah, and so we learned all of that. It was fairly entertaining. We got to ride Haunted Mansion as part of the day, which was, always fun to ride rides. And then that was the first half of our day. The second half of our day, we were taken to Epcot to go get our new costumes. And, we took the ferry to transportation. We took the monorail to Epcot, went to costuming, got our uniforms, costumes, got back on the monorail to the ferry, back to Magic Kingdom, and then we clocked out, and, everyone else went home. Me, on the other hand, I had dinner plans with one of my residents, Heather Johnson. She was one of my residents when I was in SLA my sophomore year at Belmont, and she's a really, really cool girl, very ambitious, and loves Disney more than, anyone I know for the most part. Like, she loves Disney. So I was going to meet with her at 7:25, 7:15, something like that, in Magic Kingdom for dinner, because Heather, her mom, whose name is Carrie, Heather's sister, whose name is Kim, and then one of Kim's friends, who I believe is named Kylie. They were all going to go to dinner and everything. So we went on Space Mountain right before we went to dinner. Well, in between the time we had, I got off work and I went to dinner, or I met up with them for dinner. I went and I watched the show Dreams, which was really cool. It was it's a Mickey Mouse focused one right in front of Cinderella's castle, which was really cool. It was, very Disney, dreams come true. You just gotta believe. Woo! So, really cool. Yep, and then I went and I just kind of meandered around the Magic Kingdom. I love walking around. I went on People Mover twice, which is basically a ride that just goes around Tomorrowland that lasts 10 minutes. I went to Laugh Floor, going solo, which, was also fun. Oh, and another side note. Because I came straight from orientation, whenever we have a Disney orientation, we have to look nice. So I was wearing suspenders and a tie and a nice white button-up and khakis and my nice dress shoes. So I wore those all day. And every single cast member who saw me, after I had taken off my name tag, so when I have my name tag on, I would be in costume. When I take it off, I'm just a guest who's dressed nicer than everyone. And so, whenever I did that, every cast member who I would walk by would, look for the name tag, be like, oh, hi, how you doing? All that jazz. So I went on Laugh Floor. Laugh Floor is Monsters University, post Monsters, Inc., so it's all just based on making you laugh. Very fun. And then I after that, met up with Heather and her family, and we had a ball. It was really fun. We went on Space Mountain before dinner. After Space Mountain, we went to Tony's, which is a nice restaurant right on Main Street, and it's right next to the theater. And oh my gosh, dinner was so good. I had 2 appetizers because Kim did not like her appetizer. So I had calamari, which was Kim's, and I had essentially pizza bread. It was Parmesan bread, and you could dip it in marinara and liquid cheese, the nice white cheese. And then I had a a New York steak strip, and Carrie, who's Heather's mom, also got that, but she didn't want the full thing. So she also gave me half of hers. So I had a steak and a half, 2 appetizers, and then I had cheesecake for dessert. And they were so great. The Johnsons were so great. They let me eat on their dining plan because they were on a really good dining plan and they had extra meals. So I'm so grateful for that because it was the first real meal I've had since I've been here. And man, it's so much better than a frozen pizza. It just is. And then we went on a few more rides, and then I came home and I went straight to bed because I got home at around midnight. I was exhausted, and I had to be back at Magic Kingdom at 7. So my shift started at 8, which means I have to be up at 6. So, super fun. And that was my Friday. Saturday was my first day of actual on-the-job training for becoming a FastPass Plus kiosk worker, and let me tell you, it was dull. It's really dull. I'm sure it's going to be way more fun when I'm actually able to interact with guests, but today we basically did a walk around of the park again to find every single FastPass Plus kiosk area. There are I want to say there's 10, maybe 14 different places, and there are so many of us. The atmosphere of Magic Kingdom versus Typhoon is night and day. Typhoon is entirely laid back, very, very relaxed, chill people, kind of all just on the same page of everything. Magic Kingdom is nuts. Like, it's, 4 times like the size of Typhoon. We have so many more jobs. You have every single different kind of person you could pretty much think of. And it's just different. Yeah, and so we did a walk around of the park. I had a great trainer. Her name was Lisa. She really did a great job teaching us. In my group today, I had Matt, who I believe is from Boston, and also Sarah, who is from upstate New York. So, it was pretty fun. And we also learned how to use iPads because we're mobile kiosks sometimes, and we use iPads to do that. We learned all about FastPass Plus. We also read legal documentation about how to work everything. So we have read it. They can say we've read it. We haven't read it. We have read it. So yeah, it's good. In all honesty, that sums up my day. It was very, very just stretched out all day. So I got to see a bunch of princesses just chilling down in the Mouseketeria, which is a cafeteria we have below Magic Kingdom. It's really funny to watch Cinderella get a hot dog and just go to town. Just scarf that bad boy down. So really entertaining. Yeah. That is that. And tonight I'm actually meeting back up with the Johnsons for dinner again. They invited me to come again because they had, once again, an extra meal. Couldn't be happier about that. Been looking forward to having Chef Mickey's all day. So I'm going to go do that tonight at 9. Right now I think I'm going to take a nap because I'm exhausted. But I hope all of you are doing well, and I will talk to you all later. Okay, bye.